and welcome to Rockin' Christmas Redemption, a Christmas Carol Retold. Chapter 1, A Humbugged Rockstar. The story unfolds on a cold, glittering Christmas Eve in Los Angeles. The sprawling city is alive with twinkling lights and the hum of celebration. But none of it touches the heart of Axel. Once the fiery frontman of the legendary rock band Steel and Thunder, he now sits ensconced in his mansion high in the Hollywood Hills. The house is a shrine to his past glory. Platinum albums gleaming on the walls, vintage guitars displayed like museum pieces, and an array of awards collecting dust. Despite his fortune, Axe is a bitter recluse. Years of chasing fame and fortune have left him disillusioned, and he has little patience for the joys of the season. Christmas is a scam, he mutters under his breath, glaring at the city skyline. His assistant and rhythm guitarist Tommy strings Cratchett nervously enters the room, clutching his worn guitar case. "Mr. Steele," Tommy begs hesitantly, I was wondering if I might take Christmas Day off to spend with my family." Axe fixes him with a cold stare. "Christmas? What's so special about it? Just another day for people to waste money they don't have. But fine, take your day off, but don't expect to be paid for it." Tommy nods, grateful but saddened. He leaves quietly, leaving Axe alone with his thoughts and a drink that tastes as bitter as his soul. As the hours drag on, Axe retreats to his private studio, where memories linger like ghosts. The room is cluttered with relics of his career, broken guitar strings, faded set lists, and a forgotten journal filled with scribbled lyrics. The silence is oppressive, punctuated only by the occasional crackle of the fireplace. Outside, the city buzzes with life, but inside, Axe feels a growing emptiness. Chapter 2, The Ghost of Hendrix Riffson. That night, as Axe strums aimlessly on an old acoustic guitar, an otherworldly sound fills the air. The amplifiers hum with a spectral energy, and a sudden chilling riff echoes through the room. Out of the swirling smoke emerges a figure, his late bandmate, Hendrix Riffson, clad in the chains of fame and regret. "Axe, you old fool," Hendrix says, his voice a haunting melody. "I'm trapped, weighed down by the greed and ego that consumed me in life. These chains forged by every selfish act are my eternal burden. You're heading down the same road, man, but there's still hope for you." Axe stares in disbelief, his fingers frozen on the fretboard. "Hendrix, is it really you? This must be some trick of the light, or maybe the whiskey's gone bad." "It's me, all right," Hendrix replies, his voice tinged with sorrow. "And I've come to warn you. Tonight you'll be visited by 3 spirits. Listen to them, or you'll end up like me, forgotten and alone." Before Axe can respond, Hendrix fades away, leaving only the lingering echo of his mournful guitar solo. The room falls silent, but the warning reverberates in Axe's mind. He collapses onto the couch, clutching his guitar like a lifeline as the weight of Hendrix's words sink in. Chapter 3, The Ghost of Christmas Past. The first spirit arrives in a blaze of stage lights and pyrotechnics. The ghost of Christmas past is a youthful figure, radiating energy, dressed in ripped jeans and a leather jacket adorned with glittering studs. His voice is soft yet commanding, carrying the resonance of a vinyl record spinning for the first time. "Come with me," the spirit says, extending a hand. In an instant, they're transported back to a smoky dive bar, the air thick with the scent of cheap beer and the buzz of anticipation. Axe watches as his younger self takes the stage, wide-eyed and brimming with passion. The crowd is small, but their applause is thunderous, and young Axe plays like his life depends on it. The scene shifts to his first recording session, where he pours his heart into every note, and then to the dizzying heights of early fame. The thrill of success is palpable, but so is the toll it begins to take. Axe sees moments he had forgotten, or perhaps chosen to ignore, unfold before him. The late nights, the strained relationships, and the quiet moments of doubt that crept in as the applause faded. Finally, the spirit reveals a moment of heartbreak. His fiancée, Blue Harmony, tearfully leaving him. "You've chosen the spotlight over us," she says, her voice trembling. The words cut through him like a broken guitar string. Axe turns away, unable to face the pain of his past. "These were your choices," the spirit says, their voice echoing like a distant chorus, "but they don't have to define you." Chapter 4. The Ghost of Christmas Present. The next spirit appears in a dazzling shimmer of sequins and charisma. The ghost of Christmas Present is larger than life, exuding warmth and vitality. They take Axe to the modest apartment of Tommy Cratchett, where the guitarist's family gathers around a tiny tree adorned with homemade ornaments. The Cratchetts are poor but rich in spirit. Tommy strums a cheerful tune on his beat-up guitar as his wife and children sing along. Tiny Tim, the youngest, plays an out-of-tune ukulele, his frail hands struggling to keep the rhythm. Despite his obvious illness, Tim's smile lights up the room. "To Mr. Steele," Tiny Tim toasts, with a mug of hot cocoa, his voice filled with genuine gratitude. "May he find the joy he's lost." Axe feels a pang of guilt as he watches. The ghost then takes him to a fan-filled club where people still sing along to his old hits. "They believe in you," the spirit says, "even if you've forgotten how to believe in yourself." Chapter 5. The Ghost of Christmas Yet to Come. The final spirit arrives in silence, cloaked in darkness like the shadow of a forgotten melody. The ghost of Christmas yet to come shows Axe a desolate future. His mansion abandoned, the gold records tarnished and cracked. In the corner, a newspaper headline catches his eye: "Axel Steele, a legacy of loneliness." The spirit takes him to a graveyard, where a lone, unkept tombstone bears his name. "Here lies a man who loved only himself." The epitaph reads, "The sight is too much to bear." "No," Axe cries, "this can't be my fate. Tell me it's not too late to change." Chapter 6. Rockin' Redemption. Axe wakes up to the sound of church bells and sunlight streaming through his window. A new energy courses through him as he grabs his phone and dials Tommy. "Tommy, It's me. Cancel your plans. I'm throwing a Christmas party at my place, and your family's invited. Oh, and you're getting a raise and a new guitar. He spends the day organizing a free concert in the heart of the city, inviting fans old and new. On stage, he pours his soul into every note, rediscovering the joy of music. The crowd's cheers are deafening, but this time, Axe doesn't play for fame. He plays for love. That evening, surrounded by the Cratchits and a room full of laughter, Tiny Tim raises his glass. God bless us, everyone, he says, his voice a melody of hope. Axe smiles, his heart finally in tune with the spirit of Christmas and rock and roll.